Hey guys, this is Daniel the Vape Man. So I was gonna do a juice review, and then I realized I can't believe I've never done a review on the Drop RDA. I've talked about it billions and billions of minutes. You've seen me use this. Right now I have it on the Pearl White Rage Squonker. This thing is beautiful. Probably one of the best mods, appearance-wise. Well, I mean, I like it overall, period. It's my favorite mod ever, but appearance-wise, man, this is a beauty. I don't know which one I like better, the brush or this one. But anyways, we're going to talk about the Drop. Now, we're not going to get into details, you know, like it's a 24 millimeter and, you know, 2 posts and blah, 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 blah. We're just going to talk about the pros and cons of it and how it is to have it, to own it. I can tell you all the facts about this shit and just go and Google it and then tell you, oh, you know, 37 millimeters. No one cares about that. What I want to tell you is how it is to use it. So, it's made by the Vapor Chronicles. Really cool dude, really nice guy. Check him out. They come in 4 different colors, yada yada yada. It's the shit, so let's get into it. So, I'm late to the party, of course, you know, I've been using this was my first RDA, and it is hard to use any other RDAs. I have 5 RDAs currently, more on the way, and I like all of them, but the flavor off this is just superior. The other RDAs have pros that outweigh the pros here, or cons that, you know, I like them all for different reasons, but this is the best flavor RDA I've had. It's a really good color to it. That's a pro. I mean, you can see it shining right there. It doesn't really match the Pearl, but I don't care. It kind of does because it's white, so it matches pretty much anything. So let's get into the cons and then the pros, because you want to know the cons. Of course, that's what you're all about. First cons. So it's basically a reverse dead rabbit inside. So you got to cut the leads inside, which makes it cool because you can just slip your coils in there, kind of bend them, and then cut them. But when you're cutting the second coil, it's pretty hard to get in there if you don't have small wire cutters. I bought even smaller wire cutters, and it's much easier, but it is a little annoying. Sometimes the extra coil goes to the bottom and gets stuck there, whether it's in juice or just stuck. But the biggest problem that I had is one time the coils got stuck in between the what is the right term for it? The outer thingy, the circle, and the post deck, the deck. So it got stuck in there, so I actually had to take one of my small little screwdrivers and kind of pluck it out. And it took forever. It was really annoying. So that's the only con of the deck. This one is gold plated. That doesn't bother me as much as other people. But yeah, sometimes the coils get stuck in there, and sometimes they're a little bit harder to cut. Due to the fact this is a con, if you don't know what you're doing, the coils are so close to the drip tip that you get a lot of spit back. The quickest way to get rid of that is before you hit it, just a little bit inhale, or before you hit it, just a little bit of purging, and then that usually gets rid of the spit back. Also, you can also place your coils a little bit further away from it, but if you want good flavor and really good power, like you're going to want those coils very close, looking directly there, as you can see. What's another con? That's pretty much it about the deck. So let's get in pros into the deck. The easiest deck to build on, by far. You literally just drop your coils in, cut them. Simple, even them out, good to go. Screws on the side, very, very simple, easy. This is a perfect RDA for an experienced person or a beginner. There is no in between. Anyone can use this. But if you're just getting into RDAs, I recommend this or the Dead Rabbit. This I recommend a little bit more because I just like it better than the Dead Rabbit. That's just personal preference. It's not by a huge amount, but the flavor off this and the airflow I like a lot better than the Dead Rabbit. Also, you can purge on this, whereas the Dead Rabbit you can't unless if you buy a new cap, which is, you know, kind of shitty. So, from that, let's go to the drip tip. The con for me for the drip tip is I would have preferred a frosted white with this. The 510 that comes with it is frosted white, whereas this one is like gold-ish. But I really don't like the look of it too much. But the Goon style is really good. When you use other RDAs, it just doesn't compare. You get a great airflow out of this Goon tip. It's very wide, and you get amazing flavor. It kind of, you know, gets smaller inside. But overall, I do love it. It comes with two drip tips, a 510 and an 810. I believe is the right term, 510 and 810. Can't remember. So on to the cap. So the cap has 30 slots on both sides, and you can run them. The airflow on this is very customizable. So basically the top four, it makes a T shape. So you can slowly take the top four, then you continue, another two, another two, another two all the way, or you can go one at a time. You can also make it so where you have one side of the T is closed off, or all of them except for one, and the other way around as well. It's very customizable. What I've found is typically the best flavor and airflow combo for me is the top three are closed. That's it. But there is a little bit of a con. This is what the Dead Rabbit does better. The Dead Rabbit, you can definitely tilt it over. It's hard to over squonk the Dead Rabbit. Whereas with this, if I get it, there you go. If you see the bottom ones, what happens a lot is if you over squonk it, you're okay. It's gonna flood the deck, and it's gonna be kind of a, you know, a bitch. You're gonna get a lot of, you know, spitback. That's just inevitable. But if you tilt this over for an extended period of time, or if you just have you know, even tilt it like this, it will leak out. There is a good amount of leaking out of it. If you put this in your pocket and it's tilted like this and jostling around, it will leak out. Nothing to the point where it's leaking down into the mod, but it will leak over here. A small amount. Nothing abnormal or insanely annoying, but it, you know, I typically every day have to do this little thing, you know, clean it off. Right now it's pretty dry because, you know, I'm adapting to it. When it drips, it does not flood. Of course, if you tilt it over for long, extended periods of time, it's going to flood. But when you squonk, which is a con to me, the squonk pan is protruding. So you really can't suck that juice in as much as you can with the Pulse 24, which is the best, in my opinion, at bringing out juice and bringing it back in. It is magic. It has these canals and all that things, you know, it's great. With this, it's a protruding, little nippy, little fucking nippy, and if you over squonk, that juice is only going to come back in if you have it above the protruding pin, which is, I don't know, a couple centimeters tall or something like that. So you got to get used to squonking with it. At first, I didn't like squonking with the drop because it was really annoying compared to other RDAs, how it sucks the juice back in. Once you get the hang of it, this thing is a beauty to squonk. Another thing about the deck that is a pro in my eyes, you can load this thing up with cotton, or you can put little to none. Of course, you don't want to put too much or too little, but you can really put a lot of cotton in here. I like a good amount of cotton. That way, the cotton gets saturated. You don't have to squonk as much. With this, you can load up with a ton of cotton, just enough to put the cap on, and it's good to go. But that is my biggest flaw with it, is the leaking problem. On to the next con is the O-rings that hold the cap in. They get very tight, and it is difficult to get off. I'm not going to take it off because I just squonk and I don't want it to leak. That's normal for RDAs if you just squonk. But it is really hard to get it off, and I'm just waiting to the last moment to, you know, I see some scrapes and chips of little rubber coming off. Once that goes, I'm going to put a new O-ring on it. I'm not too worried about it. I rarely take this thing off except for changing the cotton, so, you know, it doesn't matter. If you're dripping, that is going to be a little bit annoying, but with that wide drip tip, you can easily, you can easily just put your juice in right down the middle. Get the fuck out of here. Fine spider shit. But, you know, you can see the coils in there, so you can easily just right on top, you know. You know, I got the refill bottle here, but you can easily, as you can see, the refill bottle, the Pulse refill bottle is the same size as the fucking drip tip. You know what I mean? So you can easily, you know, re-drip, you know, through the top without taking the cap off. Another con is inside, they're kind of sharp with the stairwell airflow fucking panels, whatever you want to call it. I believe that's all of the flaws. That's it. That's all the flaws. Now on to the pros. And we'll go the same way. Starting with the deck. Screws. Beautiful. Easy to screw in. Great work in there. No warping, chipping, anything of that. Easy to screw in, easy to screw out. You can use you can use the replacement screws as well if some goes wrong to it, but it's very easy to screw those things in tight. The deck itself is beautiful and easy to just drop your coils, cut, and go. This is the quickest RDA that I can just throw the cotton in, throw the coil in, clean it, good to go. You know, tops 5-10 minutes depending upon. I usually take my time when I put new cotton and new wicks in there. I like to make sure it's perfect, you know. You know what I mean? I take my time because I want that. I want it to sound like a firecracker. Some people don't like that. I like it to sound loud. So, the deck is flawless, except for those little flaws I said, but the deck itself in appearance and ease of building is flawless. The craftsmanship of it is just top notch in my opinion. The cap is beautiful. I do love how everything looks with the drop on both sides and the T-shaped airflow. I do love that. I love the 810 on top of here. Really great to get a good amount of airflow going. I love the customization of the airflow. And those are all, you know, overall, it's a really good deck in RDA. But on to the main points. Is the flavor in this RDA is the best flavor. I have the Pulse 24, which is notorious for flavor. I think it's better than that. For the Dead Rabbit, I think it's better than that. I have never had an RDA that has as good flavor as this. Another pro is that cotton, how you can just put it in. You can put some pretty big ass coils in here as well. The flavor is the main pro by far. The flavor on this is amazing. Amazing, top notch, the best flavor RDA out, period, in my opinion. I mean, of course, you could get in the Hemo and others where there is comparable flavor, but as far as the standard market that you can get an average RDA for around, you know, $20 to $40, this is the king, in my opinion. Airflow is great, despite the leaking problem in the T section, which makes it a little bit difficult to get to the hang of squonking. It is very customizable, and it's very smooth. It doesn't create much sound. Just a normal sound. Most of the sound I get off of this is the crazy skanky coils that I got in. The fuse clappings rocking at 0.15 at 80 watts or 0.18 at 80 watts. These things are firecrackers along with the Kendo cotton that I got in there. And I got some Goldfinger by Virginia Vape Code. The combination of all that is what's making it loud. But you you get such great airflow, very smooth, not restrictive, unless if you want it to be not too airy, not too, restricted. It's perfect in between middle. You can make it more airy, but if you open them all up, it's still pretty good. You're not going to get the airflow that you're going to get in the Rebel or the Bonza, where it's just literally just air. But you're going to get a good smooth hit, no matter how well you get it. Due to the flavor, the coils being so close, the flavor is insane, as I've said. Another pro, I said the design. What other pros is there? Airflow. Just overall. I mean, if you take in the combinations of what you're looking for in RDA is the airflow, easy deck, flavor. It's got those three. And it's got a $29.99 price, anywhere from $25 to $30. Really good. If you have VapeBox or Zamplebox, you can use your Z-Bucks or your points from VapeBox to get this for free. It's so good that I really want to get a second one. That's how good it is. The same thing with the Rage. I want to get a second drop so I can have it on multiple mods. So let's do a 0 to 10 on everything, because we can't do the mimication of this shit. So the drip tip gets a 9. The only reason it's not a 10, I would have preferred this to be frosted. The cap gets an 8. The problem is definitely those O-rings. Without the O-rings, it would be a 9. Airflow gets a 9.5. The only problem is that leaking, but that's not really the airflow, that's just the design. Deck, 10. Easy, 10. Ease of build, 10. Flavor, 10. What else could we do? Design, I'd say 9. It is a very basic design. There isn't anything crazy. There's not that many colors for it. I would love to see like a red, a green, blue, a wide variety of colors, but it's simple, and I like that. There's not some crazy shit all over it with a demon and a fucking cat murder and a fucking rat or any shit like that. It's just dropped straight to the point. Some people might not like that. I like it. Simple. Elegant. Classy. You can have wine with this motherfucker. Overall, the RDA is my favorite RDA, so I gotta give it a 9.5 out of 10. I'm sure there's better Hemos, there's better RDAs that have more price, but if we're talking about a $30 RDA, I'm gonna say $20 to $50 RDA. I don't think there's a better one. I really don't. There's other RDAs you can get that are more expensive. Goons, you can put bigger builds in. Rebel has better airflow. The flavor on this though, and the combination of that deck, the cotton that you can put in, it's a 9.5 for me. I highly recommend the drop. I've been using this for a couple months now. I know I'm late to the show. This is not about a review in the aspect of showing you the statistics and all that. This is owning it. How it is to own this mod, and it is a beauty. And this whole time I've had this shadow in my nose. That's a shadow, that's not even me. But it's a really good RDA, highly recommend it. You can find it on any of the websites. All the websites that I have down below, you can pretty much find them there. You can find them pretty cheap now, around the $25 to $30 range. With certain coupons you can get them under $25. With certain sales you can get them under $25. I recommend it. It's a really good RDA. I also recommend this Rage. It's a beautiful color. First day I've been using it, and I love it. And the combination of the Rage and the squonkability on here with the dual batteries and the design and the feel of it with the drops, flavor, and airflow, and let's get back to it, the squonk. Once you get the hang of the squonk, it's a 9 out of 10. If you don't know how to squonk, or you're new to squonking, or you're new to squonking with the drop, it's probably going to be like a 5 or a 6, because that protruding pin can leave to flood it. But once you get the hang of it, it's a 9 out of 5. Get out of my eye, bug. Yeah. Thank you for looking. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share this video with all your friends. I do appreciate all the support. We're almost to 100 subscribers in 2 months. That's 50 subscribers each month. That's not that bad. I mean, I'm just happy doing what I love to do. Vaping, reviewing, chatting. Never stop talking. But I appreciate it, folks. And yeah, we're going to do more reviews. I know this is a longer video than normal. If you're still here, I do appreciate it. Leave a comment saying you're still here watching this. There is no balloon, but there's a ton of balloons inside, so I can't do the balloon thing that I did yesterday. Anyways, this whole combo, rage with the drop, very, very tasty. I'll see you tonight. We're going to do a review. Am I too close to you? Blair Witch Project again? It's my common problem. I get a little too close. I'll back up. Right here? Still not too close. Right about here. Alright, folks. See you soon. Review coming tonight. Probably one more. Trying to space these out. Trying to keep it going until the vape box comes. The vape box is being sent out on the 14th, which is this Thursday. Got a busy lineup. Father's Day is coming out. Going to be doing ballet with my daughter. So Sunday, I'm not going to have much. Tomorrow, I will have some. Might be a little late. Might be just one video. We'll see. Thursday, busy as well. But I'll try to put out as much content as I can for you because I love you, fuck nuts. Anyways, I'll see you later. The taste, the flavor, the flavor. See you soon.